My boy, you're not the old you anymore. And that shouldn't bother you. You not being the old you shouldn't bother you, because when you learn that anytime we're trying to fit in or be accepted, that leads to an internal conflict with ourselves. Internal because we know anytime that we're our natural, authentic selves, that usually leads to an external conflict. See, you not being the old you shouldn't bother you. It probably bothers others, probably bothers those in your environment, past experiences. See, you've changed, and you changed for the better. You changed for in alignment for your desired reality. And you got to stand true to that. Stand true to that in every sense of your existence. Your very own evaluation of how you carry yourself. It's very important that you understand being yourself, being who you desire and need to be for your desires or dreams to come true, to manifest for you. You have to be who you know you're to be. Trying to be accepted and most cases being humble is not gonna cut it. Especially if you know that ain't really you on the inside. I can't tell you what that's like, but only you know. You know when you're holding back. You know when you're timid. You know when you're playing or thinking small because you're concerned with how people might perceive you, how people might not accept or quite see your vision, or you can't quite see people being in line with your vision. So you play it small, or you compromise certain things, certain elements to fit people in, but that ain't gonna cut it, bro. In most cases, that ain't gonna cut it. What's really standing between you and where you're supposed to be, where you feel you want to be or even need to be, is your old self. You have it within your spirit that you know you different, that you know the road that you're on is different. It's leading to a different path than others. And you got to stand on true to that. You got to keep faith on that. Faith in yourself, faith in the Most High or the higher power, higher being, a source that you invest your faith into. That's going to help you stay true to you. This is very necessary to understand that you not being the old you is okay. It's good. To recognize your own change, to recognize yourself breaking old habits, that's good. That should strengthen your belief. That should strengthen your conviction, your confidence. And that should definitely keep you from being overly concerned with how that might be perceived to others or your environment. The old you has done enough. The old you has done all it possibly can to get you here, to where you are. This new you requires all of your undivided attention, all of your energy. It requires all of your intentions. That old you, it has met its capacity. It has met its capacity at dealing with things and circumstances that you've possibly been facing that ain't in alignment with you anymore. Your old you is a sense of what neural knowledge says, just a pile of old thoughts. And that's something to remember, because your old you Just because we're not being our old selves doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It still exists. And that's where we really get to the bottom of this. Like, being your old you is none of your concern no more. We don't think that way no more. We don't carry ourselves that way no more. We don't have those old thoughts anymore. But that doesn't mean that old you doesn't exist. What I'm learning is now is that your old you is at a battle with you and your new thoughts, your new desires, your new interests in life. Your old you has been around a long time, and it has grown accustomed to your attention. It has grown accustomed to your old habits, bad habits. So with going into continuing to be in our new selves, or continuing to walk in our new path, or invest into our new thoughts, new thought, train of thoughts, walking into our new train of thoughts, our new state of mind. We want to be knowledgeable and aware that our old selves, it hasn't just gone away. It still exists. Our old ways, our past, it exists. But what we're here to do is to overcome that each and every day. That is the task. That is the journey to self-mastery. Because you'll never overcome your old self, because your old self is still you. It's you. It's just we don't think that way anymore. Our actions don't align with those thoughts anymore. You get what I'm saying? So going into being our new selves and being attentive and aware, what we want to mainly be aware of is catching ourselves and overcoming and mastering old thoughts, old habits, old circumstances, anything that could possibly trigger old patterns. Because just because we don't think that way anymore doesn't mean it hasn't had an impact on others that are attached to your old thoughts, your old actions, your old habits, your old state of mind. But anytime that we find ourselves seeing these old patterns or triggers appearing, remember, we're here to overcome that each and every day. We're gonna face them head on every day. Because your old you, like I said, it's just gonna always be in the battle of attempting to consume your attention, attempting to consume your energy. Your old you is gonna forever be at a battle, at a desire of your state of mind. Because like neural knowledge says, it just wants to exist. Your old you doesn't exist. Well, let me say, your old you doesn't have any power within your new state of mind. But the moment you give it attention, the moment you find yourself in action, in actions that are aligned, that are attached to old habits, old train of thoughts, old state of mind, that's where that'll be your downfall. That is where we will have our downfall to attracting old habits, old circumstances that are undesirable. Like I said, bro, you're no longer the old you, and it shouldn't concern you. No matter how people look at it, no matter how people might not see or understand their perceptions, it shouldn't bother you. We're in a different state of mind. We're in a new state of mind. We're in a sense of higher self, higher conscious, higher self-awareness of where we are and where we're aligned to being. Don't be afraid to continue to shine your light, your new state of mind that reflects everything that you desire. You're no longer the old you, and it should concern you. Keep winning, bro.